What's up? I hope you're having a good Christmas. Jingle bells, Christmas books, what are you doing? Hey! Yeah. Welcome to story number 3. If you haven't watched story number 1 and 2, please do so after story number 3. There is no relationship between the stories. It's just a Christmas collection, and you are currently watching number 3. While I'm almost done doing the dishes, by the way. I'm actually done. Now I just need to clean up, but I might as well stay here and just finish cleaning stuff up while I tell you story number 3. So, story number 3, High School Chronicles. Chronicles of High School. Board. Anyway, Chronicles of High School. And this story is about the first boy who ever in his life dared to cheat on me. How could he? How dare he cheat on this beauty? Anyway, I'm also going to tell you about 3 other boys that I dated. I dated 4 from Form 1 to Form 6. The first one was in Form 1, very short-lived because it was puppy love, very short-lived. We never even kissed, me and that boy. Like, he would come and say, like, if he would see me in the Chibok, why we are, and he was in Form 3, but he was such a baby, so that relationship doesn't count. We never even kissed. I had my first kiss when I was 15. I didn't get to say when I was 13. I had my first kiss when I was 15, and I'll tell you about it. Anyway, the boy, I'm going to tell you about let's call this the Chronicles of High School Sweethearts. The short journey of high school love. Anyway, I hope these stories put a smile on your face this Christmas. Please give your family hugs and kisses as I serenade you with my nonsenses of the past. So this is Form 3. At this point, I had just made junior parliament. I was a very exemplary young lady at my school. I was a member of parliament for the junior parliament in 2012, yes, which is where I met this boyfriend. Now, he was in upper 6, he was in lower 6 and I was in Form 3. He was in the Harare constituency and stuff like that. And unfortunately for me, my mother used to be so strict, very strict. I'll be with you after I answer this phone call from my husband. Sorry, Zedzi. Vanga vambofona Zedzi. Anyway, so I was telling you about this guy. I was in Form 3, he was in upper 6. And we got ourselves into a relationship. But the biggest problem with this relationship was my mother was very strict. So I didn't get to see him as much. And I think I only was able to hang out with him over a period of 9 months. I was only able to hang out with him for like four times, I think, out of 9 months. 4 times, like dzisnei nechikoro, dzisnei nekuti kune event yechikoro or yema parliamentarians. I think 3 or 4 times, if not less. And most of these times were times where I'd be coming back from school and he would be able to catch up with me in town, but his school was a bit far from my school, so we never really used to mix. So it was just there was a lot, like, besides, my mom was just so strict. I had to be home at a certain time, and at this point we were staying in Mount Pleasant Heights. So for me to go Oreo Girls to CPT Mount Pleasant Heights after finishing school at 4:30 and I need to be home at 6, that was a lot of, it was like too much, because town, Doburkila on 4th, and I have to walk to Copacabana, and then want to squeeze in somebody in between there, it was really genuinely hard. And unless I had something I needed to do in town that had been sanctioned by my mom, I couldn't go and see this guy. Anyway, me and this guy, however, we would talk frequently. I had a phone. I had 2 phones actually, and we would talk over the phone on Facebook. We would call. He would call. Blah blah blah. So the relationship was almost like a long distance relationship, but it was moving. You know, for my tiny age at the time, I was in a relationship until one day I heard through the grapevine, through a friend of a friend, that my boyfriend had gone to a camp where he had met another parliamentarian, and they were caught kissing at that particular event. And I was like, how? Why? How did that? Why would you embarrass me like this? Everybody knows that we are together. Why would you embarrass me? Put me on the line like this, putting me in front of people like this, like this, like this. Why were you doing this? So and then I asked him, I was like, no, it was spur of the moment. It wasn't even supposed to happen. She kissed me. I wasn't even in it. Blah, blah, blah. But your girl at that time of her life was a no-nonsense girl. I did not have the patience that I had now, that I have now. Like now I'm way patient. Like I'm so patient. I'm too patient these days. Got patience for years. But at that point in time, immediately, I cut a nigga off. If a nigga don't get comfortable, I'm quick to cut a nigga, so don't get comfortable. So I cut him off. And that's how that relationship ended. Damn, sorry, Chichi, your girl would not listen. No. Then, your girl got into a new relationship when I was now in Form 4. No, it wasn't Form 4. It was late Form 3 into Form 4. This relationship was with an older guy. Like I was 15, he was 19 type of thing. And at his big 19 age, he was trying to go to university, but because he was still waiting to get a scholarship, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, this boy, tall boy like this, tall boy, skinny, basketball player, Chichi, right? And I would like to say this was probably the most naughtiest of my relationships as I was a kid, because this is the relationship that took place when you know, I don't even know how to explain. It was the relationship I risked my life for. Yes, that is the explanation. This is the relationship I risked my life for. So this boy had a sister or a nephew or niece. There was a child. You know how bad it is I don't even remember if this child was a boy or a girl. But there was this little child that this guy had to go and drop off at preschool. And this preschool was close to, was in the neighborhood. And I would pass through, like our paths would cross. Him as he was going to leave his little baby somebody at creche there at preschool, and me as I was going to school. So what then happened was I saw this guy a couple of times, realized that he was noticing me. He was noticing me, he was noticing me, I was noticing him, noticing me, noticing him, until one day he had the courage to say hi. And I said, hi, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. Love life, love life, love life. Butterflies, butterflies, butterflies. And this, ladies and gentlemen, was where I actually experienced my first kiss. Yes, this is the relationship where I experienced my first kiss. And therefore, I think I've caught myself in a lie somewhere, but I'm not going to tell you where. But okay, I think I've just caught myself in a lie in the story. But for the purposes of conversation, let us keep this story flowing. So me and this boy get into a relationship. He would wait for me. I and take the kid to preschool, then wait for me and then take me to the bus stop and wait until I go to school, like until I get a combi to school. And then he would wait for me for the precise time Like, this boy had time. He had time. He would wait for me. After school, I would find him every single day waiting for me at the bus stop. Without fail, he would wait. Which is why I guess I would risk my life for this guy at that point, because he showed patience. You know, he proved himself. He could wait, even if I was late. Like, there were times when I'd be so late. Like, we would finish school at, quarter to 4, quarter past 4, I don't remember. And maybe I'd be late for some reason. Maybe I'd go combi, or maybe I have to finish something. And I get there an hour later than I usually do. This boy would still be waiting. He would be waiting for me. No matter how late I was, I could be 2 hours late, I will see him at the bus stop. In the morning, if I was early, I would still see him. He would wait for me. It's like, I feel like at this point, I feel like this boy would take the kid which got earlier than needed, just so he could intermingle his time schedule with mine. So yeah, I would risk my life for this guy. This was the guy, the first kiss guy, you know. And at that point, you know, the ludicrous song, the baby, Justin Bieber, baby, ooh. And then Ludacris then says, when I was 13, I had my first love. There was nobody that compared to my baby, and nobody came up to this and could ever come above. I would sing, when I was 15, I had my first love. So it used to be it was not romantic, man. And how this relationship ended 6 months later. One day, as I was on my way home, the only problem with the route which we took home and to and from school every day was my aunt. There used to be an aunt who used to stay like Kumbeni Bichana road, you know, and this aunt of mine would sometimes come and visit my mom at lunchtime or after work, or even, you know, sometimes would just come and visit mom because, you know, she didn't have much to do. She used to go to work, and then she's not working. She used to have spare time and then want to come and see my mom and stuff like that. Or, you know, sometimes Panashe, you know how moms are. So yeah, that was the threat in our relationship. But me and my guy, everything was set. We used to have our corner where we would sit and talk, where nobody really passed through that corner, what. But one fateful day, my boyfriend and I had just finished our little liaison. We had been talking, and yeah, we had just separated, gone separate ways. Chin. I was walking home. I got home, and my mom wasn't there. And I'm asking my sister, oh no, because when you get home and your mom's not there and you're with your boyfriend 5 minutes ago, that is not a good sign, right? It's never a good sign. So naturally I had to ask, how long ago did mom go out? And my little sister said, mom went out like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago. How did you not see her on your way out? How did you not see her? Because mom was, you're supposed to have seen her in the road. Oh shit, I didn't see her. I didn't even know. I mean, like, I didn't see her. And my sister is telling me that she was there. Like, tapesana, me and my mom. How do I not see my mom? Then my mother got home. She just went straight to her cabinet and pulled out her bandi, pulled out the belt, made me sit there. Mazuwa ese hanzi mazuwa ese kuenda kuchikoro unako kudzoka unako uri kudiitira zvakomana wepa bridge hanzi anenge akakumirira pa bridge iye wewe mwana wangu inini kuita zvemukomana wepa bridge. Oh, my mom was so mad. Undinyadzisa raenderese ini nonzi pano mwana wanyu anogara pakakona apo nemukomana wake vanogara ipapo 30 minutes ouya kumba kuno kungondinyepera kuti wanga uri kuchikoro. My goodness. She was so angry. She went. So the problem with my mom was, she would sit you down, put the belt next to her, and then express her frustration before beating you up. Ladies and gentlemen, I was beaten up. I was pounded like a yam. Ndakamonwa kunge sadza. Ndakakwaturwa musiwo zvekuti ya. Ndakabva ndafila ndega kuti no, this relationship needs to end. It needs to end, this relationship. But I guess this was also a show, Yaguti. I was now grown because I didn't cry. And as much as she beat me up, like she beat the life out of me, I didn't cry. I didn't even cry, and that was a good thing, I guess, because she never beat me up after that. My mom was very strict. She was very big on corporal punishment. She never went overboard. She would punish you. She would make you. She would let you know. You always would know why you're being beaten up. So you'd always know. She would always explain to you why she's beating you, and then she would beat you up. So on this day, I never cried. I knew that this was something that I had done to myself. Really, like, you know how other times when you're young, you get beaten up for things that you have done to yourself, but it's one of those where you can blame somebody. But in this case, I couldn't blame anybody. I'd done this to myself, and I did realize that I had embarrassed my mom just for the mere fact that my relationship with this boy didn't have privacy. You know, if the first kiss that was shared, we were right in the road, like in that little corner of ours, because we found a little nest that we could nest in. By the way, I was still a virgin. I don't want people in this comment section saying nonsense. I lost my virginity later in my 20s. But yes, at this time it was genuine, just kisses and hugs. Okay, don't get me out of context. But yes, we had our little love nest, and I just the next day I walked past our love nest and I saw why it was just so bad, why it was so embarrassing, why it was embarrassing my mom. I felt so ashamed, and I broke up with him. So yeah, I would tell you about the other one, but I really don't want to make this video long. These are short stories. I'll tell you about the other one later. You know, I'm not gonna include this one, but this was now in lower 6. The next one was in lower 6. Form 3 ended and I was free. Form 4, it was just, I didn't have a relationship in Form 4 until I got to a new school and I was in lower 6. Yeah. But yeah, Christmas stories, ne? I can't wait to tell you story number 4 and 5, but I'm gonna have to go to a Christmas party now, so I will tell you stories 4 and 5 tomorrow on Boxing Day. I will see you tomorrow. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun. Yes, please enjoy your Christmas. Christmas books. Anyway, it's fine. I hope you're enjoying your Christmas. I hope you and your family are together. I hope life is moving for you. I hope this story put a smile on your face and kept you entertained for a few minutes while you were hiding from cooking at the fire, or cooking or doing the dishes or whatever, or just as you're relaxing. I hope I put a smile on your face this Christmas day. Merry Christmas. I love you all. Please subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.